You mercenary hired by Wild Pines.
Free flow of commerce!
Then he yells and wipes the face, swept down his bow. Is there a tribunal being convened by any chance?
Fucking
He breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating, his mouth slightly open.
I'm going to interpret that as a yes. There's a tribunal, and it won't be long until it's ready.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right-to-work dance back on.
Okay. Works for me.
Tribes remain.
Who are the other Indo tribes?
Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Why, thank you.
How much money does the Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
What if it's the sloop she grasps the mainstay for balance?
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world is quite the endeavour indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Got some more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favourite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. Are you sure you're okay? Isola is windy, an oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear. Achromatic.
The negation of...
That's right. The negation of... Yes. Is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
Don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from Sergio, bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
Your ailing constitution, sweaty forehead.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it. It's under control.
I hope so. I truly do.
Some of that assurance is meant for herself.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can. Glad
Go
to
for
have
now.
been of assistance.
Thank you. Okay, so here I am at 9 o'clock at night. I read a bunch of books and skipped ahead.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Let's try and conceptualize this wall. Hey!
Because you see it, finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
More.
Oh, Wall Father.
Yes, I must paint this wall. Add to it.
Absolutely. Now you just need the materials. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is completely doable.
I already have heavy fuel oil and Cindy the Skull as a paintbrush.
Yes, great thinking. Go talk to her. The wall will be waiting.
Yes, I will paint this wall without Kim knowing. So when he comes back, he'll be like, what the Hey, Kim. Hey, Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Cindy, I'm going to need your paintbrush.
What for?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
To be honest, I haven't really thought of anything yet, but I'm sure I will.
Then you have time to find your own fucking brush.
To crush a man's dreams like that, I hope you're happy.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything.
Attempt to explain your artistic intentions. Fuck. I really want to paint this wall. Okay. I wonder what would have happened if I'd have just said, life's shit, everything's awful, and I'm trying to make it not shit. Anyway, I've got a couple of things to do now. It's night time. But it's hard to tell it's night time. I wonder if I broke the day-night cycle by reading the book over and over again. It's like confused. I mean, the streetlights have come on, so it knows it's kind of dark, but I've got to go speak to the apartment man, who won't be so squirrely after 9 PM. So I will do so. I'll speak to him immediately. And then I've got to wait for an hour until I can get to... Oh, a maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. Hello there, mate. It's me again.
Gendarmerie. You found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
Oh, yeah?
And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Yes, the cleaning lady let me in. She also led me to your apartment.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling as he looks at you. Something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw everything up.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby streetlight counts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door 28. By the way, I'm really digging the view here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place.
He looks away, his cigarette
Martinez
and
is special, isn't it?
glowing in the dark. Very well. I'll talk to him, but I want to talk to you first. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
But I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
He's right. Only losers go to bed early. Time to break out the booze.
Only if you promise we'll talk again, it's important.
We'll talk.
The
Just
smoker
not
assures
tonight.
you, brushing his hand through his hair.
Take care, all right?
He says with another disarming smile before slipping in off into the night.
And he's
Alright.
gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Okay. Interview the Sunday friend. You finally met up with the mysterious smoker on the balcony. He said the one you really want to talk to is his friend. His friend waited for you inside the apartment 28. Go and meet him right now. He won't be there later. You've seen an exceptionally beautiful wall of Martinez near the pier and have decided to add to its beauty artistically. This would take a brush first. Who would have one? Then paint, and then the act itself. Alright. Quarterly business magazine. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Flyers for underground parties. It's like a fucking cellar. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Buckets of paint and a layer of old newspapers. And fold photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Oh. The party dragon silk robe. Hello there, sir.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual moves his cufflinks.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
Okay.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Okay.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
Sure.
Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
Okay. Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
Forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
That didn't work at all.
Shit. You actually witnessed the lynching.
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Meaning it was terrifying.
No. I mean, it was so strange. I could barely believe what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else stand out?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stabilité. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
You're some kind of bureaucrat.
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
What is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
What do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
And how does this benefit us exactly?
Take your daily bread, for example. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
2% of the wage? You're not answering my questions at
The
all.
coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure, give me a leaflet.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
You're full of shit. I've heard about the small intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Evershall? Is it part of the normal world?
Rivachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism?
Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer?
Yes, everything else is super extreme. It's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics.
Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Welcome. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed, an ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Sir Leclerc.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Cool.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
What makes Rivachol Sir Leclerc's darling?
Because a great percentage of Rivachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
What's on the next level?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here. And my friend, too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
The man throws a quick glance as watch your friend, the smoke on the balcony. We were just talking about it.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information.
Ugh.
I'm sure you have your own methods and
For God's sake.
Right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Right.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in this apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside.
Listen,
He says, raising his hands. What? I'm not hearing anything.
the Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen.
I let myself be led on these fucking merry chases too much.
But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks to the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you've seen him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
Thanks,
Hey,
I've
Mo.
got all I need.
Officer, do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere, I just want to take a look around in this apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space.
He glances at his watch. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Let me know if you have any further questions.
Oh, I do. It's a Marvin conical hat. You're role-playing, aren't you? None of this is weird. It's not weird, it's just you're not being honest with me. He's a call boy. It's fine. It's the fucking 21st century. I don't care.
Was there anything else? The coalition, the
Right, hang on.
economy impacts the entire
on.
internet. Whatever you
Hang on.
wish.
Tell me
My
about your friend.
My friend.
You haven't
Sorry.
told me who he is.
Who?
Your
But
friend.
I told you, officer. He's
Okay, so you're
deeply
studying
As
the
though
arts.
you-
He's a
Which
truly
arts?
free spirit.
What are you doing by the
I'm
apartment
just
yourself?
enjoying the view.
Isn't it rude for your friend to leave you alone like this?
We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. I'm all ears, officer.
I'm not telling him about Cassia.
The coalition, the
Okay,
economy
hang on.
impacts the entire international... Whatever you wish. I'm
Just
sorry
witness
to
the
say...
He
lynching.
didn't
Okay.
see the hanging. He saw the little show.
Officer,
Start from the beginning.
He
Yeah.
holds out his hand.
Meaning it's
No,
entertaining.
I
No.
was on the balcony.
No.
That's when I understood.
Thank
Only
you.
that there were... But I
Right.
suspect you knew that already. Of course.
Okay. I'll discuss this with you later, but you get drama and electrochemistry or logic minus suggestion. It's a little bit tacky, let's say, but oh well. Okay. I'll see you later, buddy. So he'll be gone. I'll talk to the young man about it. Just because I want to know. My problem is that people think I'm a certain way because I'm very inquisitive. And I want to know all the things about all the things. And so I'm like, oh, tell me. So if I go up to him and say, oh, well, you're fucking each other, aren't you? Then they're going to think that I think that's bad. And I'm like, well, I don't really care. I'm just interested. That's fine. I have no, well, I don't really have any horse in the race, as it were. Ugh. Fucking goddamn it. I'm going to have to come back and think about what I'm going to do about the paintbrush. I wonder if I fail the red check, can I just not finish the quest? It's very possible. I would like to try when I have a little bit higher conceptualization, though. Oh, let's see, Ling, you're still there. It's getting a bit late, mate. Right, so I got that done. Something I had to do. Okay. Alright. So I've got to wait 15 minutes. So let me show you the technique, okay? Let me show you the technique for passing time. You read the Cockatoo book. And you read the first 3 passages.
This book, where to even pet owners also it is not recommended
Like that.
to get a cockatoo if you're not able.
And it passes 15 minutes every time you do it. So you just press 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, until eventually time goes to where you want it to be. Meet in at the old fish market at 2200, get your service weapon back. Just walk past the fishing village till you see the boardwalk at 2200. So let me wait for it to actually tick over. To 2200. And as soon as it does, I'm going to make a save because I really need my gun back. And this is the sort of thing where I think she could shoot me and I die. So I need to have a save in case I need to replay stuff. I don't want to replay anything. So I'll make a little interim save to make sure I don't get bodied. Of course, time passes in real time when you've got... Well, a little bit faster than real time, but still pretty much real time. Come on. You know you want to. They're gone. 2 young'uns. Come on. Timer. Move. I wonder, like, just an offhanded thought in my head. Maybe the game isn't going to make time move because it doesn't want to have the thing spawn in my camera vision. So maybe if I wander away far enough, time will tick over. And even if it does, it could be purely anecdotal. So don't trust me. But I managed to wander all the way over. And not 1 minute has passed. Speak to Sea Lang. Hi, Sea Lang.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
What kind of stuff you selling
Only
here?
the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Where'd you get these comfy pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer.
There we
I've
go.
got anything for...
Leave you to it then. Thank you. The time has ticked over to 2200. It's time to get my gun back. Da-da-da-da-da. You don't realise just how slow time passes until you need to pass time. But then you can just press 1 on the Cockatoo book and it skips. I'm sure you can do it for every book, but the Cockatoo one is like a loop, so you can easily do it. Right, past the village. When you get to the boardwalk. Make sure I'm reading that correctly. Meet in at the old fish market and get yourself. So just walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. And I see the boardwalk. Expecting to see somebody up here. Which could be even further in though. What was that? Over here. I've got until 2 AM apparently. She's there until 2 AM. So I've got time to fuck about and not worry about it too much. But I'd like to find it. Like one of those things they put on a trackside ride. One of the sounds, like a car engine revving or something, that they put on while you're waiting in queue, but it's like fucked, so it's slowed down and creepy. Maybe she's over this side of the boardwalk. Where are you, love? I need to get my gun back. Who are? As soon as I see someone, I'm going to save. I've looked all around this bitch. Didn't see a goddamn thing. I guess what I could do, and it is worth doing anyway, is going into my shack and back out again now that it's 10 o'clock, so that time will pass and the world will be able to load with the time condition being correct. I don't know that you have to do that, but I'm going to try it as a thing that I haven't done yet.
It's getting late and it's snowing. Time to call it a day.
Don't think I can. I'm worried that if I go in, I can't leave again. So I need to go into like the Whirling in Rags and back out again. Somewhere that I don't have to worry about being stuck. I haven't actually tried after I've officially said Oh no, I think I can, because when I do it with Kim, I just come back out again. But let's just not fuck about. Let's make sure. Because otherwise I'm going to have to work... Like, well, if I don't get my gun, I think it's just gone. Because she leaves at 2 AM and it's gone. So I think I need to be careful. Let's go into the pawn shop and then leave again. And the world will reload at the right time. Now the game's loaded at 10 o'clock at night. I waited for the time to move over, but I wasn't in the world at the time. What I mean is I was already in the overworld map when it went to 10 o'clock, so maybe I was wrong by doing that. It's not often probably that you wait for the exact minute and have to go out, so I'm willing to bet that it just didn't load yet. It's past the fishing village. This is the fishing village. Head towards the boardwalk. I'm heading towards the boardwalk. Did it say 10 o'clock or after 10 o'clock? Near the old fish market. Walk past the fish village so you see the boardwalk. I guess my problem is that I'm too stupid to understand what boardwalk they mean. Because there's fucking, like, 3. There's this one, and then there's the one down there, and then there's the one up here. Here we go. Oh, that was her, but I couldn't see her yet because it wasn't the right time. Okay, so I did do the right thing. Alright.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman to a mountain in police paraphernalia mumbles to herself and notices you and reaches the microphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now.
She screams in the megaphone.
Show me your hands. Right now.
Yeah?
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Raise my hands.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket. Fear and the threat! Fear and the threat!
Don't shoot me.
Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground. Get on the goddamn ground!
Okay, I wasn't taking anything out of my pocket.
Get on the ground. I want you on the pavement right now. This is the pigs. Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening. As long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
Okay.
You'll have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag. Have the pavement. You're under arrest.
You're not the police. I'm the police.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Lieutenant W. Fredo Harrier Dubois, for the 1st Precinct.
No. Oh, no. Oh. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
Okay.
Does she not believe you're actually a police officer?
I really am a cop. Look, my badge.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in, dispatch. Sector. Azima.
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Ugh. This is the pigs. Time to get the gun.
She's frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast.
Gun, I'm coming.
Suicide by cop. Split-second decision. Eat lead, scumbag.
Oh my god. Condition black. All systems critical.
Get the gun.
No. They're really not. The gun wasn't even loaded. No shots fired. You're fine.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun. Right now. This might be your only chance.
Pick up the gun.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt. Okay, you need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
She's just ill. Alright, what am I going to do with you?
The catatonic woman, especially now that she's unarmed, doesn't seem to be a threat to anyone but herself.
At ease, Patrol Officer Pigs. Your heart is in the right place.
The catatonic woman doesn't understand, probably even hear your kind words. She just is. It's a shame. Recognition from an actual police officer would probably mean a lot to her. Too bad she'll never know.
Titus wants to be the sheriff. I'll tell him where to find you. Maybe he knows your family.
Please leave the radio on. Mr. Moran is on Channel 8.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless. Just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
So I got my gun back. I was expecting them to shoot me. But she didn't shoot me.
The woman's stance is one of those things, a police cap.
Pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Let's shake her to see, make sure
The
she's
old
okay.
woman doesn't react
Shit.
to your touch.
Okay. Right, I'll be back as soon as I can. I hope you're not gone by the time I get back. I'm trying to help you. I haven't got a phone. I'd phone Titus if I could. Shit. Hang on. Let me come in. The Whirling in Rags phone doesn't even work, so I can't phone them. Before you think, just phone the Whirling in Rags and get Titus to come here. Can't. I've got a fucking full-on sprint all the way over there. Okay. Titus? You fucker. Kim will be back tomorrow, but I've got to help you now. I've got to talk to you now, at least. There's an old woman. She's not very well. She needs your help.
It's you again. What is it?
I'll talk to Ruby about Ruby when I'm here. When Kim's here. There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
If you want to be the local law enforcement, these kinds of things fall on your shoulders.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yeah, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Coorong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig.
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
No, she didn't have anything of mine.
No? Well, whatever then, copper.
Titus chucks his beer down and wipes his mouth.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it?
He's still thinking over in the corner.
Anyone
Anyone remember?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne LaPlante.
Anything else you wanted to know?
How did she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Law enforcement is a respectable occupation, sir.
Respectable professions don't shoot kids, Cerdo. They don't beat confessions out of prisoners.
Yeah, I know.
Easy there, Al. Sit down. We got one of our own to take care of, so let's not get worked up.
Where'd she get all the cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Who was she?
Was. Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. I don't fall into that bullshit, but that's fine. Okay. Right. Still got 2 more skill points to use. Baby. You love to see it. Okay, I'm going to go to the shack. And we're going to end in the shack. And the next time we're going to sleep. And we're going to start the new day with Kim, best boy, back at my side where he belongs. Doing the sweet police work. First thing I want to do is talk to him about the case. Second thing I want to do is open the ledger and record everything about the case files in there so I can keep it in my big brain. And then after that, all sorts of shit we have to do. Talk to him about Ruby mainly, do the actual main case again. Moving this truck forward. Because in terms of tasks I've got to do, there isn't really much anymore. I've got to find a radio. I don't know what my character meant when he said at the office with the radio in. I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's getting late and it's snowing. Time to call it a day.
Alright, let's go. Now you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna sleep. And then we'll start next episode at tomorrow morning. Here we go. Nighty night.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Let's sleep.
The place feels almost like home now. Quiet and dignified around you. A new life by the seaside. You're incredibly tired. The darkness and warmth come fast. You're falling asleep.
It's easier this time. Drifting off, your head has found a comfortable indent in the pillow. Your legs and your torso feel like lead weights sinking to the bottom of the sea. Until there's suddenly light.
This respite. You've earned it, brother. Bask in the darkness. Let it swallow you up and swivel you around while you forget everything you've managed to remember.
Is this the last dream?
No, this is the one before that. We'll just keep cycling it for you if you don't mind. As long as we can. Spin it like black yarn.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Thank you, Darkness. Thank you.
You're welcome, Harry boy. You earned it.
Fall into a deep, uninterrupted sleep.
After centuries of darkness, the alarm rings. But what's this? You actually feel rested. There's no time to cuddle with your pillow, however, or as much as shiver from the cold. The world awaits.
Go.
Open your eyes. Ugh. Kim, my boy. Be back at the carriage. Got shit to discuss, but not yet. I just want to make sure that I know where he is. Ah, there you are. I'll see you guys next time when we go speak to Kim and find out what's what. See you then. Goodbye.